continuous disasters in man's history are mainly due to his excessive capacity and urge to become identified with a tribe, nation, church, or cause, and to espouse its credo uncritically and enthusiastically, even if its tenets are contrary to reason, devoid of self-interest, and detrimental to the claims of self-preservation. Arthur Koestler. The trouble with our species is not an excess of aggression, but an excess capacity for fanatical devotion. Arthur Koestler. Wars are not fought for territory, but for words. Arthur Koestler. For anyone who has a sense of the real mission of aristocracies, the spectacle of the mass incites and inflames him, as the sight of a virgin marble does the sculpture. A major European intellectual. Assuming the ivory tower gains and holds its economic power from a foundation of technical revolution, state-of-the-art knowledge of metaphysical meanings are almost a prerequisite for success, unless we are to rely upon blind chance, which would be foolish. The hardware categories of advertising and propaganda, which in a software age are more properly termed metaphysical control messages, need to be researched to discover which 20% of the practices cause 80% of the results. Supernatural meanings are the basis for action. Me and my friends share similar subjective reality for satisfaction. In times when software predominates, the sellers boss the makers. State-of-the-art promotion renders the hardware secondary. In fact, since ultimately culture is the business of the ivory tower, metaphysical control messages should be developed prior to the hardware invention phase. If one wishes to get philosophical, one might conclude that the metaphysical control message for the ivory tower, here under suggestion, originated in the Far East by one Lao Tzu about 600 BC. Think about it. The manufacturer who dedicates his advertising to building a sharply defined personality for his new brand right from the start, and who sticks with it, will get the largest share of market. David Ogilvy. When we talk about technological revolution, we are talking about getting the largest share of market. Since politicians are obsolete as fundamental world problem solvers, the institutions of government are themselves not where it's at. The marketplace is more powerful than the place of nation. What we are really talking about are metaphysical control messages in concrete hardware forms, manifesting themselves as products which make everything else on the market obsolete. State-of-the-art software can, of course, manifest itself at any level of hardware technological development. Witness the zipper. David Ogilvy approaches metaphysical control messages from his obsolete viewpoint of advertising. From the obsolete viewpoint of propaganda, we would get something similar, but with different variables plugged into the equation. Jacques Ellul. The point is not to ask oneself whether some economic or intellectual doctrine is valid, but only whether it can furnish effective catchwords capable of mobilizing the masses here and now.